much and distracting.
We are on.
We are on.
We're finally on. We have been trying to organise this for a long time. It's not actually that often that you get another or like a big creator from Adelaide. You're probably one of the first. Like, I fucking live on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so you're probably one of the first creators that reached like a fairly big level in YouTube. Besides like Raka Raka, they're probably the biggest.
Who's that?
Danny and Michael Philippou.
Oh yeah, yep.
But you have the biggest barbecue channel in Australia, yeah?
Yeah. There's definitely more like cooks that are a lot bigger. So I went to a YouTube event a few weeks ago, and I've known this guy for a while. Jack Ovens is like a chef. He's got like 1.2 million on YouTube. Like he's a massive creator.
Based in Adelaide.
Yeah. And there's heaps of other like gamers and stuff that obviously I'm not on YouTube searching for them. Like there was, I think he said in the room, there was about 40 creators, and between us all, there was like 24 million subscribed to us as a combined group.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
And
Adelaide.
when did you start YouTube?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
No shit. So that's pre-COVID.
Yeah. COVID was probably the biggest jump I seen. Everyone was obviously at home watching YouTube and on social media a lot. But yeah, 2018 is when I started it on the side. And then 2021 is when I was able to take it on full time.
Yeah, right. And what was the feeling like when you were like, oh, when did you realise that you were like, oh my God, I could do this? Was it a holy shit moment?
Like I never started it to make money or to do it full time. Like I've always just done it to share knowledge. I've always loved sharing knowledge when I was a butcher and everything I've sort of done. But that moment was sort of when it was matching my pay from my full-time job is when I knew I'd be able to take it on full time.
And was it a massive, like, obviously...
Oh, it's still a massive risk. Like you don't know if that was just something that was going to drop off the next month or next 6 months. But
Do you still get that anxiety?
No, not anymore. And then once you've got those full-time hours to put into something you had on the side, like it's amazing what you can achieve.
Yeah, that's the thing, because but does it become like but more of a job, obviously, than a passion? But you still have the passion, but it does become, because then you got to start looking at the analytics and posting on all the... We were talking about it the other day, how you have to kind of post on everything, which can be overwhelming.
Yeah, I don't think you do. Like, I look at the numbers when I'm sharing my YouTube links to Instagram or Facebook, and then I look at my YouTube analytics to see where all my traffic is coming from. It's like 1 or 2% of my views are coming from Facebook and Instagram. So I don't think you've got to cross promote too much.
I'm not even I'm gonna stop posting on Facebook. It's so tiring. It sounds like it's not tiring, but when you have to post on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, but you only really want to post on YouTube, it's fucking exhausting.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Especially like if you're looking at comments, replying to comments. Some people do all of that, plus like Snapchat and Patreons and like...
Do you have a Patreon?
I used to, but now I've rolled it all into just YouTube memberships. So, because I hate it. I didn't want to manage another platform.
It's a lot of work, and you do it all by yourself.
Yeah. Apart from, I've got a distributor for my rubs, who handle all the distribution to all the stockists around Australia. All the like videography and social media management and all that. That's what I do. So.
Were you handy with cameras and shit beforehand?
Nah, never owned a computer or camera beforehand, so that was like a massive learning curve.
How frustrating.
Yeah, like my first videos, I wasn't even on the camera. It was just me with my iPhone just shooting whatever I was shooting.
Sorry.
And putting like text on the screen. I wasn't in front of the camera and I wasn't even talking, and then just slowly learning and using different video editing apps. And
your videos are pretty like nicely edited too. I would have thought you would have had an editor.
Oh, it's taken years to get it to that. Just like trying to make each video better than the last.
Obviously, when you left your job and you could do it full time, you kind of... That's probably the moment you started excelling a lot more at it too.
Oh, definitely. I had the time to like study tutorials. Like Adobe Premiere Pro is like awesome for tutorials.
I fucking started using Premiere Pro. That was the first program I used. And I'd never even used computers before. I dropped out of school to become a chef at 15.
Yeah, wow.
And I never used computers. And I was like, I'll start this podcast. And I was like... what the fuck? And then I'd stopped using Premiere because it was a bit of an overkill for my videos.
Yeah.
So I just use CapCut now for just to make up the short form clips and stuff. It's so
user
friendly.
Perfect.
But I was trying to use Adobe. Originally, I had 3 cameras. I would record the podcast on all the cameras, the audio separately.
Yeah.
Then I would upload them all to Adobe. I'd have to sync the audio to all 3 cameras separately. Oh. Then I would have to watch the podcast again and switch the cameras.
Yeah, wow.
But now I just switch it all. I do it all on the fly.
Yeah, you got to try and make it easier for yourself, because editing is probably the most mind-numbing process, as you could imagine, as you understand.
It makes you. That's what makes you hate doing it.
Yeah.
Especially when you can't do something. Like when I would sit at my computer and I'd be like, why the fuck is this audio not syncing today?
Yeah.
Like some days it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or like you forget to press record on a fucking camera.
I've done that a few times.
Oh, bro, I've recorded full episodes and just not even pressed record on them. And it's fucking... Like I always got PTSD. I'm always looking just to see.
Yeah. You gotta you almost need like a checklist before every video, just and double, triple check it every time. The
worst thing with podcasts is you can't recreate them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you've had videos where you're like, fuck, now I have to make this again.
Yeah.
Like, it's annoying, but with a podcast, you can't make it again.
Yeah. My biggest one was my mic turning off and then me still recording the video, and then I've gone to edit it. I'm like, shit, I've got no audio, but luckily I'm able to like voice over it, because most of my video I'm behind the camera sort of thing. So, yeah.
The thing, people obviously that wouldn't, like, that don't know about what you do with the barbecue and stuff is it takes so long. So a 20-minute video could be a 2-day process.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like even a 3-day process sometimes, depending what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Like pork belly, when we're preparing that, we want to dry the skin out, so that might stay in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. And even briskets, they can take like 12, 14, 16 hours sometimes, and then another day to sort of edit it. So,
did you say you were a butcher beforehand?
Yeah, I started that in 2006, and then done that for 10 years. And then I was part of the redundancies that Woolies went through when they got rid of all the butchers around Australia. So yeah, that's where all my passion for this started, I guess, was in my butchery years. So I wanted to educate my customers on the meat I was selling them and how to cook it. That obviously started with kitchen cooking and progressed to gas barbecues and all the charcoal barbecues you see now.
Yeah, and did you do MKR before the channel or after?
Oh, that was last season.
That was last season.
Yeah, that was last season. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I never would have applied for the show. Like I got an Instagram message and almost deleted the message because it looked like a scam, saying, "Hey, do you want to apply for MKR?" And I did, and we got through. And
no shit.
Last season. Yeah.
And so you've always been obviously into meat and stuff. When did you realise that? Because obviously the low and slow method's probably more your passion.
Yeah.
When did you start doing it? Was it just from watching TV?
Yeah, on TV, and there was a Facebook group I joined.
Because you did competition barbecue as well, obviously.
So it all started with competition barbecue. I've always been a super competitive person, and always fancied myself with cooking steak and stuff like that, and seen there was like steak competitions, so I got involved in that. There was a really good group called South Aussie Barbecue on Facebook. Everyone would sort of share tips and ideas and recipes and methods and all that sort of stuff. So that's when I sort of started seeing what there is in barbecue with the competitions and the social media stuff, and just dove into it, and here we are.
Competition barbecue is heaps different to a barbecue you would serve at a restaurant or anywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you got to make it like almost over flavored for one bite, because they just take one bite, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I'd never eat a competition steak just for dinner at night. Like there's just, like you said, it's way over flavored. You've got to, like, even with your presentation, you've got to have like your grill marks perfect, and like
even when you do, like, say you do your wings and stuff, they have to be perfect, or the thighs and shit. They got to be perfect. The skin has to be perfectly wrapped around.
And like presentation, they got to be like glistening and uniform and just looking picture perfect, almost fake. They look.
Yeah, I used to watch a heap of those like barbecue shows, or like barbecue style pit masters and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But it does look fucking delicious. It's pretentious as fuck, but like it's nice to be pretentious sometimes.
Yeah, it's good. Like I judged before I competed, so I could get a feel for the taste and the presentation and the texture and all that. And it's such a good experience being able to judge and see what it's all about. But like I said, it's a lot of work if you just want to eat it for dinner. But Yeah, it's massive in America. Like the competition scene in America is huge. They have like dozens of competitions every weekend across the country, and it's getting pretty big in Australia too.
I feel like barbecue in Australia is like getting bigger and bigger slowly as American culture creeps over.
Yeah, I think it will too. Like I think we're like 10, 15 years behind America, so I reckon we've still got that at least ahead of us as well in Australia in terms of growth.
So when I grew up, we only really ever cooked on charcoal, so it's not really new. The American style is new to me.
Yeah, okay.
But that's still not even my favourite form of barbecue. I like more like Argentinian.
Oh, you like picanha? And,
I like more charcoal than say
Brazilian. Sorry,
Brazilian. But I like more like Greek Mediterranean style barbecue. Yeah. But that's because it's such a learning curve. American barbecue.
Yeah, so you love your chimichurri then?
I love chimichurri. Yeah, just nice. Anything on charcoal is nice.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the best way to cook.
Yeah, elevates meat so much.
It's insane how much. And so, like we were talking before about a wood oven. My fondest memories when I was growing up is just my granddad would put like a whole lamb chopped up in his clay oven that was made from like fucking mud and hay.
Yeah, wow.
And then just leave it for like 12 hours, and it's just the nicest flavour.
Yeah.
You can't replicate it.
Yeah. No, you can't. You can't. Like, you have a brisket in a pellet smoker or an offset, and you just like a brisket in an offset, you just cannot beat.
See, I really need to buy a cheap offset smoker, but you need to put aside a full day.
Yeah. You definitely do. You probably shouldn't start with a cheap one either. You're going to have a nightmare.
I was going to say managing the smoke, like managing the temperature would be a fucking nightmare at the start.
Especially in a cheap one, because the metal's so thin it doesn't retain heat. And yeah, you're almost better off just spending the few extra dollars and getting a decent
Do you use charcoal as well as wood? So you use a charcoal to regulate the heat?
Oh, in an offset?
Yeah.
No, I started with charcoal and then I'll just feed it log splits.
Okay, so you start it off with charcoal and then you feed it the logs.
I mean, you can start it with logs and just put some firelighters and do it with logs from the start.
Just takes longer.
Yeah, I just find it easier getting the base going with briquettes or lump charcoal.
Is it in Louisiana where they do, like their pulled pork, they'll do whole hogs, split, like butterflied open, and they'll do them in pits for like 18 hours?
Yeah, they make like pits out of like ceramic blocks and stuff like that.
And it's very vinegar-based hot sauce they use.
Yeah.
That shit to me is like peak.
Yeah.
Anything pork.
Oh, pork's insane. Especially when they get that like nice glistening crackling all over it.
Just even a pulled pork shoulder. Like a nice pulled pork's just fucking perfect.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's hard to beat.
And do you dabble... Oh, you got your new channel now as well, which is more like...
The kitchen cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've sort of put it on hold for a bit. Now I'm releasing more videos on the BBQ channel. Like, I don't know, I just felt there was still so much more to give in the BBQ channel, and the kitchen one was just very time consuming, and yeah, I don't know, I sort of lost my passion for it. I'll definitely revive it, but yeah, I don't know, I just felt it wasn't the right time to...
How do you keep finding, like, do you have like a schedule and like a game plan of what you're going to do in like the next month?
Yeah, I've got a massive list of videos. Like, I'll never run out of ideas for the BBQ channel. Like, even with brisket alone, you could do a video on brisket 50 times over between different methods, different barbecues, different rubs, injections. Like, yeah, I'll never run out of ideas.
Did you take heaps of inspiration? Like, I reckon probably, he's not strictly, I wouldn't call him he is a barbecue channel, but like, I think he's more of a meat channel than anything, but Googa Foods.
Yeah, there's not many. I don't spend too much time on YouTube watching other barbecuers. If I do, I've seen Googa's stuff. Malcolm Reed, How to Barbecue Right. He's probably like...
How to Barbecue Right.
Yeah, he's probably like an OG for barbecue YouTube. Heath Riles.
Have you been over to America?
Yeah. Went to compete in the World Championships in Texas last year. So,
obviously ate a lot of barbecue.
Yeah, went to Goldie's, which were the #1 barbecue restaurant in Texas at the time, or even the whole of America, I think it was. Yeah, got to go through there. They let me in like behind the scenes and filmed a video there, and their barbecue was incredible. Like, even their sides down to their desserts, like everything on that plate was just insane.
I've always wanted to try a nice cornbread.
Yeah.
Like that Big Don's does a cornbread and it looks like it's a dessert. It's a straight up dessert.
Oh.
Looks sweet.
No, they're not that sweet. No.
Really? I think he soaks his in like a syrup.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You'd probably be able to make it desserty, but no, they're more savoury.
Do you go to Terry Black's?
No, I wanted to. We didn't have, like, outside of what we were there to do, which was the competition, we only had like a day or two either side of that. So one of the days was going out to Goldie's, and then we just went out.
I have heard Terry Black's is delicious.
Yeah.
I've got a mate who lives in Texas at the moment, and he frequents it.
Yeah.
And
there's heaps.
Is it for? He's very famous. He's probably one of the most famous barbecues.
Aaron Franklin.
Aaron Franklin. Yeah. Is that Franklin's barbecue?
Yeah. I wanted to go there, but that's a few hours outside of Dallas, which is where we were. That's in Austin, I believe. So.
Does it just taste different over there?
I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like the Goldie's stuff, I put it down. Like their sides were special. Their pork ribs were really good. Like because they don't wrap their pork ribs or their brisket through the whole cook, but they wrap them when they rest them at the end. And just doing that different little technique just gave it such a different.
I noticed when I watch barbecue tutorials and shit on YouTube, like how to barbecue right and stuff, a lot of them don't wrap.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, and I think that's getting more and more popular. Like the best briskets I've done, they've been like overnight, no wrap, just take them until they're tender, and it's so easy, and they just come out so if you like that nice bark and crust, they're hard to beat.
How long when you do them overnight? How do you manage or do you do them in a pellet?
Either in a pellet or a drum smoker, because those drum smokers are just so efficient, and when you've got your vent set on them, they'll just stay at that temperature the whole time. Yeah,
I've always looked at drum smokers, but I've just never known how to use them.
Like, if I had to keep one smoker, it would be the drum.
Really?
Hands down, they're so versatile.
The best ribs I ever had was from a drum smoker, though. One of my mates smoked some beef ribs in a drum smoker once, and it was the best experience of my life. Yeah, they're so, like, versatile, efficient. Once you got your vent set, like, they won't budge all day. And I left mine overnight for, like, 10 hours. I even graphed it with, like, the thermometer, and it was just, like, once it got up to temperature and I got my vent set, it was just, like, a straight line. They just stayed at like 120 Celsius or 250 Fahrenheit the whole time. There is some really actually big creators in Australia now cooking wise. There's that Andy Cooks. He's fucking exploded.
He's incredible. I talked to him a bit.
He's from Australia, isn't he?
Born in New Zealand.
He's born in New Zealand, but he's based in Melbourne or Sydney.
I think Queensland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Queensland.
He's fucking exploded. I remember when he didn't have that many followers and he was doing his thing on TikTok. And then his channel just went berserk. He's a very talented chef. He's actually, he's genuinely a very good chef.
Yeah, he is. He just recently sent me some beef through Kilcoy Global Foods. So sent me some like Carrara Wagyu brisket and stuff like that. And yeah, he's amazing. Really good person as well. I'd love to collab with him one day, which hopefully we can make work.
Because there's a lot of, during COVID, I think everyone wanted to be a TikTok chef.
Yeah.
It was like really big.
Yeah.
And it's just so much shit to sift through.
Yeah.
And then when you actually do find someone like an Andy Cooks or someone who is a trained... Like, I'm not saying you have to be a trained chef to be a phenomenal cook or a phenomenal food content creator, but it is refreshing to see someone that put in so many hard yards get to that level.
Oh, yeah. You look at his videos when he started to what they are now, and now he's got a full production team.
Oh, bro, it's fucking insane.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's like that Josh Wiseman.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got like hundreds of staff and shit. His videos are a bit there for me now, but he does...
Yeah, they're very fast paced.
Very fast. But he keeps up with the algorithm. It's all fucking algorithm based.
Yeah.
I guess you got to play that game with
I reckon his watch time, like, his YouTube's very big on like watch time. And I find Joshua Wiseman's videos, because they're so fast paced, they're so hard to skip through. So you end up like watching the whole video without skipping it. So he'd have like... People probably watch his videos for like 80 or 90% of the whole video.
Yeah, audience retention for people that don't know is like probably one of the biggest pushes of anything in the algorithm. If people are watching your that's why podcasts on YouTube are really fucking hard, because you can't make them like... Oh, you can, but then it won't be a podcast in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I think I average like 28 minutes.
Yep.
Which is pretty good for a fucking 2.5 hour video. Or 2 hour. Like, I don't expect everyone to sit there and watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But people mainly tune in for half an hour.
Yeah. That's why I think like I'd never start a podcast, but I've always thought if I did, I'd incorporate something like Hot Ones do, where you're eating hot wings or doing something.
A shorter form.
Yeah.
More of an interview based.
Yeah, because I think that's genius. Like, people are like, because they're doing 6 different wings over
He fucking nailed that. I don't know if he came up with it himself or if it was the production company that gave him a hosting job, but whoever did Hot Ones,
that's genius.
It's such a fucking good recipe, like for a video.
Yeah, you find it hard to skip through because just when you're sort of getting bored or about to skip through it, like they're getting another wing. Like,
did you, when you were like, oh fuck, this is my job now, did you sit down and kind of try and understand the algorithm?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
how videos work? Because
I signed up with TubeBuddy. You've probably heard of like TubeBuddy and vidIQ. No, they're like these businesses, I guess, that are YouTube experts. They sort of teach you about like SEO. So
I only learned about SEO like 2 years ago. I was like, what's this fucking word that everyone's using? Because I used to use like Indian dudes on Fiverr to make my thumbnails at the start, and then they would always say like, do you want like help with your SEO? And I was like, I do not even know what that is. And they're like, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, like thumbnails are really important too. Like the first thing you need to do is get people to click on your video, and that's where your thumbnail comes in.
I look at my first thumbnails and I actually want to fucking end my life.
Yeah,
I used to make them and I was like, I make them now because
your thumbnails are sick. I love your thumbnails.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking spend hours on thumbnails.
Yeah.
So I'm not quick at it, but I actually enjoy doing them now.
Yeah. So I've like literally this week, like I just had a meeting with like I've got a YouTube partner manager, and we're just going on about thumbnails, and like mine are pretty good, but I've just recently gone back and I'm in the process of going through all of them again, just to revive it a little bit.
Oh, you're redoing your old thumbnails?
Yeah, all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing that with my old podcast, but I don't even like looking at my old podcast.
Yeah.
Do you... I was like anyone to me that can sit down and watch themselves and think, fuck, this is good.
Yeah.
It's just so awkward for me.
Yeah. I still hate it.
I struggle watching these podcasts back.
Yeah.
Because I just...
Yeah, but you have to because there might be like a bit of audio you need to fix, or something might be out of focus. Like, I cringe. It takes me, like, let's say I've shot a video, it might take me 4 or 5 hours to edit it, but if I could stay focused the whole time, it'd probably only take me like an hour or two. Just because I hate it so much, like I just get distracted.
Food channels. I'm obviously not fucking asking what you fucking earn and stuff, but food channels, because I know certain genres get paid more than certain genres.
Yeah.
Podcasts on YouTube get fucked.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why that is.
We get
I've heard it
fucked.
Too. Yeah.
Like, I think the most I've earned for a video is $12 per 1,000.
Yeah. Okay.
But usually it's around 3 to 2 per 1,000 views. But I've heard people from like educational channels and stuff earn upwards of like $26 per 1,000.
And I think it comes down to a lot to like what genre you're in, like you said.
Well, that's the thing.
And then there's search terms that companies will pay to advertise on. So if you're ranking high in those search terms, you're going to get more of that revenue.
Have like maybe 10 podcasts out of 111 that are fully monetized.
Yeah, wow.
Because it's just not made, like, it's not very family friendly. There's a lot of swearing. But yours, obviously, would be fully monetized.
Yeah, a lot of like there's a few of my old videos. There's one brisket video. I think it's like 3rd in the world for the search term how to smoke brisket. So that one still earns quite a bit. It's still like my highest earning video.
Yeah, right.
Not like ever. And like, I think that's the key. If you get into those high ranking search terms and the advertisers are paying for it, like if you go onto Google Ads, you can literally type in your search terms, see how much advertisers are paying for it. And if you're ranking high in those search terms, then you're obviously going to earn more ad revenue.
Yeah, right. So was these...
Which I only just recently learnt about at that YouTube event the other week.
You do have to play a certain game when you're doing this as a full-time job.
Yeah, but I only learnt about that a few weeks ago. So now I'm sort of trying to do that while it's balancing something people are searching for.
What's the company you said that you work with to learn about SEO and stuff?
Oh, so this is just something you can sign up for, and I haven't used it in years, but it gave me a good understanding where I could just do it myself. But it was TubeBuddy and vidIQ.
And is it like a course?
No, it's not a course. It's like an app, like a platform, and it'll basically give you like SEO suggestions, explain what SEO is. It'll take you through like give you examples of what you should use for your titles, tags, and description for whatever search term or like your title's going to be. And it just gives you heaps of tips and stuff. And they've got heaps of videos explaining like every aspect of SEO.
Yeah, right. Because it's so important. SEO, for anyone who doesn't, or for people who don't know, is search engine optimization. And it's like, how likely is your channel, if it's done well, your channel will pop up
and get
recommended to people, which I'm fucking horrible at. But yeah, that's like, I've watched so many videos because I find it fascinating. I don't really watch his channel heaps, but I find him so fascinating. Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
He understands the algorithm better than anyone in the world.
Yeah. And watching his videos with like Think Media or other people who interview
Think Media
him.
are also excellent. But fuck, he's like, he just sat down for like 2 years for 18 hours a day just studying them. He could take any channel in the world and make them over $1 million in a month.
Yeah.
Because he's just that good at... Like, that's why you see, we were talking about Josh Wiseman's videos, it's so fast-paced.
Yeah.
It's because he's copying Mr. Beast's recipe.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Beast's video, you cannot skip it. Because if you skip 20 seconds, you would have missed 10
something
things.
Important.
Yeah. Like, he makes it so it's impossible for you to... If you want to follow the video, you have to watch the whole video.
Yeah.
I'd love to see his retention. It would have to be 75% people.
Oh, easily.
It would have to be.
Yeah, at the very least.
When I watch a video, if I click onto one of his videos, I'm watching the whole video.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Because some of his shit's really exciting.
Yeah. And that's the hard thing. Like, I watch my videos back and think, if I was a viewer, what parts I would skip through. But if I'm a beginner, you sort of need to, like, have those bits in the video. But if someone's sort of adept in barbecue or not a beginner, they're probably going to skip through it. So it's so hard to find that balance as the average creator. Like, at the end of the day, all I do is make videos in a way I'd like to be taught myself. And some people are going to be above the level I'm at or below, and some people are going to skip through it, some people aren't.
Yeah, and is it hard being... I find that, or not for... It wouldn't be for you really, but do you find being in Adelaide sometimes makes it harder to be a content creator? Collab-wise?
Collab-wise, definitely. Like because in Sydney, there's so many opportunities.
I was going to say, obviously, with the podcast, the most important thing is guests.
Yeah.
And fucking, it's actually not hard because there is a lot of cool people in Adelaide. You just have to really fucking look.
Yeah.
Whereas in Sydney, it's like
there's one every.
Or Melbourne, there's just so much shit going on.
Yeah.
It would be, you have such an abundance of guests that are easily available.
Yeah.
Whereas here I got a more search, and like even today, like I feel bad getting you out. You live a fucking hour away. In Adelaide, an hour's far.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
In Adelaide, if you're driving for an hour, it's a fucking trek.
Yeah. In Sydney, you're getting like 3 kilometers in an hour.
Yeah.
Peak hour.
Yeah. But have you done it? I've seen you fucking met Volk.
Yeah, got to meet Volk at Meatstock recently in April. So yeah, he came out. He was at one of the stands and. Yeah, got to meet him sort of behind the scenes and gave him some of the barbecue rubs. And
is he the sickest cunt in the world?
Even off camera, he's like one of the most humble dudes you'll ever meet. Like, took the time to have a chat with us. It was me and another guy. We took him our barbecue rubs and like, yeah. And even when I gave him my barbecue rub, he was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen your videos before." And I was like, "Yeah, fucked."
Oh, that's so weird. That would never get not weird.
Yeah, and then he called his social media guy over because we were talking about a collab, and hopefully we'll make a collab happen soon. So.
Oh my god, if you could get on a Cooking with Volk.
Yeah.
That would be
that's
wild.
the plan, but he's a busy man. Like now he's taking the time off. He's doing something like every second day by the looks of it. So.
I think he's fighting. He's got a fight booked allegedly.
Gates G.
Oh my god.
WWE, that's crazy.
That's the worst fight for him to take. I don't know. That just fucking makes me upset.
Yeah, I know. It kind of does.
We were just talking about UFC Perth and how that 5th round, I thought the stadium was going to fucking
I shed some tears, man.
explode.
I'm man enough to admit. I looked over at my mate who I went over there with. I went with a few mates, but I looked over at the one next to me and we both like had a tear coming out because it was just such a crazy moment. Like for him to achieve that, like insane.
Oh man, I fucking was so, by that I was so drunk by the time Volk walked out. We started like 6 a.m. I think we got there.
Yeah, we did too. We got there for the early prelims, but I sort of took it easy because I'm like, I want to get drunk, but I want to remember this and just...
I got videos on my phone of it, and I just, every now and then I'll go back to when he walked out, and everyone like laying down under fucking played, and everyone was going mental.
I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Such a good... I don't know, yeah, this card in Perth that's coming up in August isn't as good, but it's always fun going to a UFC.
Yeah. Yeah, I still might go, but yeah, I don't know. It hasn't excited me, and now I just don't think anything could beat that moment with Vulcan Islam.
You are correct. It was such a high stakes fight.
Yeah.
It was such a big moment, and it's going to be hard to replicate.
I think this card is actually stacked better than what we had for
probably
Perth last year, because you got Tuivasa on there, you got Urseg versus Kai Kara France.
Pereira's saying he wants to jump on it.
Who's he going to fight though?
Oh fuck, maybe.
And Kalayev isn't going to come to Australia.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think
they should make him. Pereira fucking makes his shots. If Pereira gets on the card, I will go.
I'd like a Jan Blachowicz rematch.
That'd be good.
That'd be good, because that was a
close
fight.
Heavyweight debut against someone.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Yeah, I wonder who though. It'd have to be a top 3 guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're booked too. His Blades is fighting Aspinall in London or something.
Yeah, and they're screwing him over with the time, so they're fighting at stupid o'clock, so we can view it at normal time. Because normally those America UK cards,
So what they're fighting they'll be fighting at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
1 a.m.
So we'll get it at 11:30, when normally all the other UK cards were up at 4 a.m. to watch it.
Yeah, that's shit. It's
good for us though.
It's good for us, but it's even annoying that they started it that early in Australia. It's it'd be so.
Yeah. But if that was in Melbourne, it would have been 9 a.m. start for the early prelims. It's only because it was Perth with that.
I'd love to go to UFC at night time. I'd love to watch a UFC at night time.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
But we was talking with the boys, and I was saying it is nice that you can wake up early. It's over early, and then you can continue on with your day.
Yeah.
It doesn't really take up. If it was on a Saturday night, it would ruin so much of my life.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it'd get pretty messy.
They
do normally anyway.
Yeah,
we usually head to the casino to watch them.
The Cass?
Yeah.
Is it good there?
Yeah, it's awesome. They got the 3 or 4 big screens up there.
In the sports bar?
Yeah, upstairs. Good crowd as well. Always, there's never been any dickheads there causing trouble. It's a good crowd too.
Yeah, you're pretty deep into the MMA, yeah?
Yeah. Always liked it. Even back with the Chuck Liddell days. Used to watch it in my teenage years. Then sort of had a break from it for a few years, and then back.
How old are you?
34.
34. So you started Butchery pretty young.
Yeah. I started as a school-based apprentice.
Oh,
so I was doing year 11, doing the apprenticeship at the same time. Still done finished year 12 and was doing that at the same time, and yeah.
Do you know what butcher in Adelaide? Because there used to be one on Springbank Road that used to do fucking really nice low and slow meat. I forgot what it was called, but they used to get in some insane stuff.
Whereabouts?
On Springbank Road in Goodwood. They're closed now. Meet Your Needs.
Yeah, Meet Your Needs. They've closed down. There used to be Glenunga Gourmet Meats was one of the OG sort of butchers that would do the low and slow cuts. When Rick had his butcher shop, he was one of the OG ones as well. But now Austral for me is probably the biggest one.
You just get from Austral.
Yeah.
Do they have a retail store?
Yeah.
In the central market?
No. They're on Main North Road in Jeps Cross near that big new servo.
Yeah.
It's sort of near the Homemaker Centre.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've I think they've done a multi-million-dollar upgrade on their retail store. They got a massive dry aging cabinet as you walk in. They got A5 Wagyu, all the premium Wagyu briskets and hanger steaks and heaps of cuts you can't get anywhere else.
I was just going to say, I have been looking for a butcher that can just get me fucking hanger steak.
Austral's Black Onyx hanger steak is my favourite steak, hands down.
To me, it's just tops Wagyu. Wagyu's very nice, but it's so rich. I remember when I went to Japan, I was in Japan this time last year, and I was eating some fucking nice Wagyu, and I was it's nice, but it's just
Yeah, the 7s and the 9 pluses can get a bit much, but I find the 5 plus or the 3 plus is that perfect
I actually
balance.
think Australian Wagyu is nicer.
Yeah.
It's a very good experience to eat Japanese Wagyu. I'm not saying it's a bad cut of meat. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you can only eat a small amount.
But I feel like Australian Wagyu, you can sit down and probably eat a whole steak.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's got more of a beefy flavour. It's just so, Wagyu in Japan's so fucking buttery.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I'm not going to lie, it's amazing. But hanger steak to me shits all over it.
Oh man, hanger steak's my number one cut.
It's real livery.
Yeah, it's got such a unique flavour, texture.
Because that's the part between the breastplate, isn't it?
Yeah, there's only one steak on the cow.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's behind the chest bone.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but it's a very dark, it tastes almost offally, and I enjoy it offal.
Yeah,
but it does. It has a real offally strange flavour to any other part of meat on the cow.
Yeah, it's so unique. Yeah, if you're a steak lover, you've got to try hanger steak.
It's fucking great. Is steak your thing?
Oh man, that's where I started. That's where like my first barbecue rub originated from, because I created like steak shooter for competition steak, and then
what is the barbecue rub company called so everyone knows?
Sorry?
The barbecue rubs that you make. Where can people find them?
Oh man, I've got a Facebook post which has got all the stockists on it. We've got over 100 stockists around Australia and New Zealand.
That's LownSlowBasics on everything, eh?
Yeah. So, but yeah, if anyone's in South Australia, Drake's is probably the most widespread one. They're in all the Drake stores around South Australia, and then heaps of other places across the country. So, yeah, like Melbourne, there's probably like 15, 20 stockists. Sydney is about the same, but Austral Meat, they sell a heap of our rubs as well. But yeah, if anyone wants to see the full list, it's pinned to our Facebook page.
Thank you for bringing me a shitload of rubs welcome. As well. I'm going to be using that today.
That's good.
So steak is your bread and butter though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where it probably all started for me. Especially back in the butchery days. I didn't really know about all the low and slow sort of stuff when I first started my apprenticeship. That wasn't until 2017, 2018.
Take out hanger steak. What's your favourite cut?
Yeah, wow, what a question. I still love a good like Scotch fillet or ribeye, whatever you want to call it.
Scotch fillet is a ribeye, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scotch fillet is hands down the best.
Especially that rib cap.
It's just the best steak.
Or the spinalis, whatever you want to call it.
It's just so nice.
Yeah.
You just can't beat a nice Scotch fillet.
Or rump cap, like picanha.
Picanha's nice.
Yeah. They're probably my top 3. Flank steak is up there as well.
Flank's delicious if you're going to make like tacos.
Yeah.
Or something like that. If you marinate them heavily and do them on the charcoal and give them a nice char.
Yeah, skirt steak is good. There's so many good steaks out there. It honestly depends on the night and what you feel like.
I could fucking eat it. The only steak I really don't fuck with is eye fillet.
Yeah, I think eye fillet's overrated.
So overrated.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of eye fillet. I haven't eaten nice picanha in Adelaide either. I haven't been to
Beach Rasco?
No, I haven't been there.
It's good, especially if you're hungry, man, because you can just like leave your light on green and they'll just keep coming around.
Do you eat out a lot in Adelaide? Are you you're obviously a foodie?
Yeah, a little bit. We don't go out too often. I don't know, depends what you rate too often. Maybe like, I don't know, once every fortnight sort of thing. I love like Shabosho in the city. That's probably
Shabosho is probably one of the nicest restaurants in Adelaide.
Fugazi or Fugazi, however you want to pronounce it. That's like probably one of the best feeds I've ever had.
A lot of people say, so I did my apprenticeship with the head chef there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow.
Cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's very good. I still haven't been. But I know Shabosho will always be one of my favourite restaurants. It's just easy. You go there, you know the food's going to be fucking dope.
Yeah. Then like for Thai, Soy 38 in the city.
Soy 38 is delicious.
Man, unbelievable. And then like we done the tasting and they take you through like all the different regions and explain the dishes as you go through, and I thought that was like amazing. I love a good feed me menu as well.
Soy 38. They also have. Oh no, I'm thinking of there's a Korean barbecue restaurant in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember what it's fucking called. It's got a number at the end of it as well.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're sister restaurants, but there's some nice Korean barbecue joints in Adelaide too.
Yeah.
Adelaide food scene's fucking good.
It's underrated, man.
People
it's very underrated.
Shit, like it's not where Melbourne is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's where Melbourne is.
Nah, definitely not.
But it's fucking good.
Yeah, it is. It's very underrated. People don't really like even like.
If you come down this way, the south does lack diversity because we don't have. We don't have a heavy ethnic population down here.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of Asians and stuff either. That's why the Asian food and stuff does lack down here, where you're not going to get like the food you're going to get on like in Arndale or on Hanson Road down here.
Yeah.
But if you go out into McLaren Vale and shit, you're going to get some fucking good food.
Yeah, and then like out towards the Barossa, there's some amazing places out the Barossa, even like in the hills in Harndorf and stuff.
I went to Prospect Road for the first time in years the other day, and I was like, this is fucking wild down here.
Yeah, Prospect Road's come a long way, hey.
The Afghan food and like just some nice restaurant. I think is it Anchovy Bandit?
I was just about to say there's a place called Anchovy Bandit, like been to.
They have another restaurant called Bottega Bandito pizza joint.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure in Hyde Park maybe.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet. Best
dish I've had in years was from there.
And there's a pizza restaurant.
They did. Oh, I can't remember now. Yeah, they have this side and it's like a buffalo mozzarella, I believe it was, with segmented lime or citrus and chili crisp, Asian chili crisp.
Yeah, wow.
And it was fucking delicious.
Wow. I'm going to have to check it out. I've seen it because I think they've got
pizza's phenomenal too.
Yeah, because they've got it tagged on their Anchovy Bandit page, I think.
It's worth going there because I was obsessed with pizzas for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I just fall into a hole of like a food hole, and I'm like, I just look it up all the time.
Yeah, I love Sonny's pizzas.
Sonny's is delicious. The best pizza to me still is probably Pizza Tech is really good in McLaren Vale.
Yep.
Pizza Tech is
I've heard that's good. Yeah.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But there's so many. There's just nice food in Adelaide now.
Yeah, there is.
Usually the only thing in Adelaide, you can't go out at 2 a.m. and get nice food.
Yeah.
Which
that's
in
true.
Melbourne, you can go out at 4
Chapel
a.m.
Street's a big one in Melbourne, isn't it?
Even Burke Street, Little Burke, like at Chinatown, you can go out at 3 a.m. and go get whole crayfish.
Far out.
You can go to a restaurant and get abalone and crayfish at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Yeah, Melbourne is awesome for food. You could spend years there and not like try everything there.
Yeah, they got nice Spanish restaurants, like those Movitas are fucking delicious. There's just nice spots everywhere, but there's really good spots here. And I think more the cafe and bar culture's popping up in Adelaide now, so you go to those places and you just get nice little bits of food rather than restaurants. Like there's nice little bars and shit around with some dope.
Rem's got me onto a place. Have you been to Supernormal in Melbourne?
No, but I have heard it's insane.
Rem's got me onto that. And
is that like Southeast Asian?
Yeah. Modern sort of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like the lobster rolls we had there were fucking phenomenal. One of the best things I've ever had.
Yeah, I heard Supernormal was good. It's like probably similar to Chin Chin. Have you been to Chin Chin?
No, I haven't been there.
Chin Chin's cool. It's like, have you been to Golden Boy in Adelaide?
Yeah.
Similar, like Chin Chin was first. Chin Chin, it's in my opinion better than Golden Boy, but it's very similar.
And Chin Chin's in Adelaide or Melbourne?
Chin Chin's in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first restaurants that I'm aware of that was like that Southeast Asian-ish, like modern-ish kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And no bookings, just walk in.
Yeah, okay.
Like one of the I don't even know if it's still around. I haven't been in years. Ruby Red Flamingo.
Yeah, I don't know if that's still
in North
around. I never
Adelaide.
went there, but I heard a lot about it.
Fuck, that's really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's heaps. Even like Indian restaurants, like a place called Daughter-in-Law is...
I've never been to like a really authentic or modern...
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, well, check out Daughter-in-Law. I can't remember what street it's on.
It's on Rundle.
Yeah, I'm shocking in the city, but
it's
check
on
that
Rundle.
place out.
That's more of a modern Indian, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's amazing. I had some really good food there.
Yeah. Have you recalled like the best meal you've ever had?
Man, that Supernormal in Melbourne
really?
Was really up there. And Fugazi and Supernormal are probably up there.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. The wood fried bread from Fugazi with like the dip. It was like a whipped ricotta
with
and
honey.
Yeah, man, that was like life changing.
Really?
Yeah. Peeps got me onto that.
Peeps was eating at a fried chicken restaurant the other week and it looked fucking delicious.
It looked like it was a new restaurant.
Was it Motherload?
Yeah. Yeah, it looked pretty new. I don't know if they'd only just opened.
I'm not balls deep into fried chicken and stuff, but when it's good, it hits so hard.
Yeah, it does.
Did you eat some in Texas?
Fried chicken. I don't reckon. Oh, yeah, we did. We went to far out. It's like I can't remember the first name. It was like someone's world famous fried chicken. Gus's famous fried chicken, and that was incredible. Like phenomenal. It was really, really good, and that was in Dallas as well.
Yeah, right.
I think he's got a few restaurants in Texas, but yeah, Gus. I'm pretty sure it was Gus's world famous or famous fried chicken.
I think there's only 2 restaurants. I'm gonna go eat at Botanic soon.
Oh man,
in Adelaide, just because I fucking really. That's the kind of food that I was working in when I was working.
Fine dining
I was
stuff.
working pretty high end fine dining.
Yeah,
but I lost love for that food.
Yeah,
like cooking it because I started enjoying more rustic, like cooking with fire or things like that. But then I always appreciate going to restaurants like that.
Yeah. I got friends who just went there not long ago to the Botanic one, and they were like, it's something you'll never forget.
They'd have 3 Michelin stars if we had stars in Australia.
Yeah.
They'd have 3. That would be our only 3-star restaurant in Adelaide, I believe.
Yeah, I see their Instagram, and it just is mind blowing just looking at the Instagram.
Oh, there's a couple restaurants I'd travel for in Australia. There's one in Sydney, I believe, called Fire Door.
Yeah, yep, Lennox. is his name?
Yeah, Lennox something. They did a chef's table on him. Yeah. A chef's table video on him. That looks fucking incredible. Those kind of restaurants are popping up a bit more now, but I think he was the first to like nail it. Yeah. Where there's no electricity in the kitchen. It's just fire, pure fire.
Yeah, I watched that episode and seen like heaps of people, like quite a few mates have gone there and put up videos and everything. Even like the desserts he does over it. Like it's nuts.
Chef's Table to me is the best food series ever.
Yeah, I agree.
The filming of it and just how it's edited and the music they choose and how they tell the story, it gives me goosebumps, some of those episodes. Yeah. There's an episode with this older man. He doesn't have a restaurant. He's more of a caterer. He's a bit of a gypsy. I think he's from Patagonia in Argentina.
Yeah.
Just cooks with fire. And his food's rustic as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's just it's so romantic watching him fucking cook.
Romantic.
It sounds, yeah, no, like he's very like I don't know if he has a restaurant. He like will hold these events and he'll just set one table and you buy a ticket to the table.
Yeah.
And it's like a full fucking theatre. It's insane.
Wow. Yeah.
But it would probably Fire Door would be one I'd go to, and Big Don's in Perth.
Yeah. I forgot about Fire Door when we were talking earlier.
Fire Door looks insane, but Big Don's looks like fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And his marketing is very good.
Yeah, it is.
But I can tell that it's not just overhyped. Like you can tell just from looking at it.
Yeah, those platters just look
looks
like heaven.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It looks fucking bullshit good.
Yeah.
Like his brisket and his sausages and his fucking
the sides and everything.
Sides look delicious. But we were talking off. You have no aspiration to open up a pop-up?
No, I might do a pop-up every now and then.
Have you done like not catered, but like a pop-up style event?
Not on my own. Like I've done things, we've done like masterclasses and all that sort of stuff at Pirate Life. And even that, it's all like late night sort of stuff.
It's hard to do a masterclass. How do you do a masterclass with American style barbecue? It's like, okay, now we're going to wait for 9 hours.
Yeah, we used to have a really good system at Pirate Life. So Rick and I would rock up. He'd have his big smoker there.
You used to do it with Rick?
Yeah, yep. So we'd just get there early in the morning, get it all on, and then when the guests got there, we would basically take them through like how to make jalapeno poppers, get them hands-on, physically making them themselves, and then after we'd done like the poppers, trimming and introduction and stuff, they'd go off and do a brewery tour, and then when they got back, we would just load up like a table probably 4 times the length of this, just with like brisket, like we'd have big beef shins on there, pig's heads, like absolutely everything you could imagine. And they'd come back and feast on that. And
pig's heads?
Yeah.
That would be so delicious.
Like the cheeks were incredible.
Like you would smoke them?
Yeah.
The whole head?
Yeah.
That would be fucking delicious. There's so much collagen and fucking
the
connective
jowl meat,
tissue.
like the cheeks are just, to die for. Probably one of the best cuts on the pig, I reckon.
Yeah, Filipinos got this dish called... Oh my God, it's going off the top of my head right now. It's one of them, sisig.
Yep.
And it's a whole pig's head.
Yeah.
Slowly braised and boiled. Then they tear it all apart, ears out, everything, chop it all up. So you got cartilage and stuff in there.
Yeah, wow.
And then they fry it with in a pan or on a hot skillet with onions, chilies, and calamansi or fresh lime.
Yeah.
And it just looks fucking delicious.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Head meat looks so good.
Oh, it's amazing. You got to try it.
You actually, Westside Mushies would be a cool little spot to do.
Yeah.
Do a little.
Yeah, he's
event.
Obviously that Brad Strutt. Well, you didn't make it to that, did you?
No, but he's actually coming here today at 3:00, and we're going to do another podcast and have some drinks and talk about his new one because he's doing another collision courses.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Did you go to the Brad Strutt show?
Yeah, I went to the Brad Strutt one. I can't make the next one, but yeah, Adam's been. Hopefully, when he gets his lion's mane, he's been talking about getting some to me, and I'll mess around with them, do them like a steak, and want to even try smoke one like a brisket. And
lion's mane would probably be the best one for that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I've seen a few videos, like the texture and the amount of moisture they hold.
Beefy as fuck.
I'm keen to play around with them. Never messed with it, so I might completely fuck it up. But
I imagine you haven't done much vegan stuff on your channel.
No. Definitely not.
Do you get a lot of hate?
No, surprisingly not. Facebook, I used to get random vegan activists come and just spam everything, but I haven't had to deal with that shit in ages.
Yeah. Was it hard to get used to people saying nasty shit to you?
At the start, yeah, but now it's just I don't give a fuck about you. Why would you waste your energy on someone you don't know about? Like, you never find a hater doing better than you.
How many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
On YouTube, 113,000, I think.
Fuck, that's a fucking grind, man. That seems so unattainable. Like, when you know what I mean?
Especially for like a predominant long form creator. Like, people do it in a matter of months for short form, but
there's a guy from Australia called Internet Anarchist. He does like social commentary videos on YouTube. Like, he'll like almost on YouTube dramas and stuff. And I've seen his channel go from like 2,000 subscribers to over 1 million in 2 months.
Wow. Is that short form or long form content?
He does not long form. His videos are like 9 minutes, 12 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
So like standard YouTube style videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, you need to find, it's the one video.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You need consistency, but you also need a bit of help with a bit of luck.
Yeah. Yeah, so to speak. Like, I think consistency is one of the biggest things, making each video better than the last. I've tried hopping on like trend trains and it's never really done anything for me.
So when I first started the podcast, I was like, okay, maybe I should get on guests that I don't like. I wouldn't ever really talk to them.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but they have they seem like they would have viral moments.
Yeah.
Like, just not doing it for different purposes.
Yep.
Like maybe 2 guests.
Yeah. Unless you're like one of the first to hop on a trend and get that person or someone involved in that on, like.
Yeah, and then it's
still, you got to be pretty lucky.
And you're talking, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. I'd rather just slowly build. Which the podcast build, it never declines.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'll average like 100 subs a month.
Yep. Yeah, and that's perfect.
But then I'll have one video that, like, I had one video that got me 800 subs.
Yeah.
Like, it's just having that one video. But the fucking annoying thing is short form content, when that blows up, it's like, why can't that just...
It never really converts.
Why can't it just
That's why I don't really bother with shorts
over?
Anymore. Like,
it does not convert.
Yeah.
I've had videos on TikTok go to like 400,000, videos on Instagram go to upwards of like 350,000, and it's like they don't carry over at all. You might get 0.01% carryover.
Yeah, you might get some followers, but that really doesn't.
You had a huge video on TikTok, on Instagram the other day. The other month. Was it the steak video?
Yeah, a couple went for 6-7 million. I think my best one on Instagram and Facebook and stuff was like 32 million-ish.
That's such a fucking rush.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Especially like the old TikTok. Like, TikTok, you used to be able to like post it and then you'd physically see it going viral, but I don't know, TikTok's shit for me lately.
I'm going to stop posting on it. Yeah. I'm going to stop posting on TikTok because my content's just not made for it.
Yeah.
It's just, but that was my best platform.
Yeah.
Like, that was my big, and then all of a sudden, I just got locked in that fucking 200 view fucking jail.
Yeah.
That they put you in.
Like, you get shadow banned or what, but
they just put you in this fucking jail.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not getting over 250 views.
Yeah, like you used to be able to like almost predict a viral video, but now it's just fucking so saturated, or whatever they do behind the scenes.
Do you post that? So, do you post at a certain time?
For shorts or long?
Long, like on YouTube. Will you post at a certain time?
Yeah, so you'll be able to see the same thing, and you probably have in your background, like when you go into your analytics, your audience, it'll physically tell you when the most traffic for you is on, and then I try and post like an hour before that. It should even be suggesting when you should post.
Really?
Yeah.
It suggests.
Long form, I've been told, doesn't really matter when you post. It's more the shorts matter a bit more when you post, because they sort of go off like the first hour of like engagement, and then it'll keep performing from there. So you want to try and get your shorts in. But long form, I've been told it doesn't matter because that's more related to like search terms and shit like that.
Yeah, because I found like I played around with times heaps, because not a lot, but like 30% of my audience is America.
Yep.
So I was like, maybe if I post later at night when they're waking up, or vice versa.
Yep.
But I've played around with heaps of it, and long form just doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, I've posted videos quickly before I went to bed, and it's gotten 70,000 views.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's big for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fucking wild. I just posted that at fucking midnight.
Yeah.
Like, there is a system to it, but there's also no system to it.
Yeah. And I also think like with long form, it's a good idea to sort of give them a schedule so viewers know when to tune in. I don't think it matters. Once people know you post at X time, this day of the week, it's not going to matter if you're posting to a specific audience. They're going to catch up on it.
Is majority of your audience in Australia?
It's about 30% in America, about 35% in Australia, and then the rest is made up from like the UK and New Zealand and other smaller countries.
I was going to say, you'd have a relatively big...
It's very seasonal too. So obviously it's like prime time in America now. So my American audience takes over Australian, and then it'll sort of swap when we get spring, summer. So
yeah, right. That'd be fucking... That's so odd that Americans click on an Australian's video.
Yeah, I get quite a few comments like, "Oh, I'm from Texas and I approve this video," sort of thing, which is funny to hear, but it means I'm doing a good job, I guess, if I'm getting approved by the Texans.
Do you get sick of barbecue?
Yeah, even by the time I've like finished smoking a brisket, I'm like,
you don't want to fucking look at it, eh?
Because you've been smelling it for like 12 hours. It's like, give me a bowl of salad, but I definitely still enjoy it, especially a good steak. I still really
is beef your favorite protein?
Yeah, definitely. Even though, definitely a steak, and definitely beef, but I love lamb as well.
Lamb?
Yeah, love lamb. Can't go wrong with like a nice lamb backstrap, or even lamb ribs are fucking so underrated.
Lamb ribs are insane.
Yeah,
I got some in the fridge now, and I'm gonna, but lamb belly is probably the nicest cut of meat. Yeah, it's so fatty but so delicious.
Yeah, you got to get a nice thick one, and even the thing I don't like about excuse me, lamb fat is when it's rendered, it doesn't taste that good. So you got to like, even with lamb ribs, I'll rip that whole top layer of fat off and really trim them.
Yeah, I used to work at this restaurant called Jolly's, and we used to do a confit lamb belly. Yeah. But we also used to do lamb belly pancetta.
Oh, wow.
We used to do our own charcuterie there.
Wow.
And it was fucking delicious.
Yeah, wow, that'd be wild.
And we used to do a duck prosciutto, like duck breast prosciutto.
Oh, I've had that before. Can't remember from, I think it was in the Adelaide markets. Someone was having,
fucking delicious. But lamb belly, for like, if you use it as bacon or as like a pancetta, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I've got to try that.
Have you made heaps of pastrami?
No, that's one thing I've not made many times. I've tried it once. Came out all right, but I've definitely got to work on it some more.
I've never fucking eaten a nice pastrami, but I always look at like those New York style delis when they're doing like their pastrami, like their Reubens and shit, and it looks so delicious.
Yeah. No, it's something I want to do a bit more of. It's on my list of videos to do.
That'd be a good video.
Oh, definitely a nice like brisket pastrami.
And you release twice a week?
Now I do. I used to do twice a week, and then I sort of got to a stage where I was obsessed with just working 1 or 2 days a week and just taking it easy and just doing one long form a week. But yeah, now I'm back to 2. Yeah. And it's two long form and 1 short form. So it's like Saturday morning, long form 1, and then another long form on the Monday night, and then I do a short on the Thursday morning.
And then do you have set days where you're filming?
Or is it just very weather dependent because it's outside. Like Thursday this week, I won't be able to film outside because we're getting like 20 mil of rain. So yeah, it's really.
Have you set your backyard up almost as like a little studio?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, definitely. It's got a nice backdrop, and when I was in like moving houses, the one thing I was looking for, so I can't just move into a house without a space to film. Like it's got to work. It's got to at least be able to like do something. If it's got all clear sheets on the roof, I'm gonna have to replace them. Otherwise, the lighting's gonna be all fucked and inconsistent.
You'd have so many toys.
Yeah, heaps. I think I've been through about 20 barbecues over the time I've been doing this.
And you are partnered with Oklahoma Joe's?
Yeah, Oklahoma Joe's for far out. I reckon that we've been partnered up for about 4 years now. So, and the thing I love about them, they're always bringing out new stuff.
I was going to say their new pellet grill looks fucking wild.
Yeah, and they've got like this Firecraft coming out soon, which is more open fire cooking. They've got like their own prep bench, a smoker called the Marshall, which is like it's like a drum almost / pellet smoker. You got like your firebox in the middle down the bottom, and then you got all this space, your heat deflector, and then it's like the space of a pellet smoker, and it's shaped like a pellet smoker too.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be wild. So.
I gotta get me an Oklahoma Joe's. You got a discount code?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Is it LownSlowBasics?
Oh shit! There's one for YouTube 10 gets you 10% off, and then there's like a special member code as well. But
yeah, right. No, yeah, I definitely got to get on. I just want to get an offset smoker.
yeah.
I got to save 2 days of my life though, because I know it will fucking consume me.
Oh man, then you got to like stock wood splits and make sure you're on it every half an hour, 45 minutes.
What
but
wood
it's
do you
worth it,
use?
Iron bark or pecan?
Do you find it really changes the flavour? Like if you use, like, say, a cherry or an apple?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
or is that just getting really fucking...
It's like with the stronger sort of woods, like your cherries and your hickory, you'll definitely notice a difference. But if you're using like more mild fruity woods, you're not going to really notice a big difference. Like
mesquite's like a pretty good all-round wood, isn't it?
Yeah. Not massive here in Australia. Like cherry's probably my favourite. Like nice fruity, pretty strong smoke flavour.
Yeah, see, I reckon, I don't know if my Traeger's just fucked or if I'm just, it doesn't have that super smoke function working on it anymore.
Yeah.
So when you, like, cook on it, it's amazing because you can just leave it. The temperature's just perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you'll never be able to cook a better steak if you have, like, a nice 1.5-inch steak than in the Traeger. It's just, you just set it at 120 degrees, wait for it to get up, and then sear it, and it's perfect every time. But when you're doing things like briskets and stuff, I do feel... that particular pellet smoker doesn't just give you that.
Yeah, I think it's most pellet smokers. You'll notice like a massive difference in smoke flavour from a pellet to an offset or even a drum. Like it's as minimal as it's going to get in a pellet.
Yeah, and the bark, it's hard to get a really nice bark, I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten pretty good barks, but I've been leaving briskets like unwrapped the whole night and they've come up really nice and barky. They should get a good bark because there's good airflow in a...
Do you leave them on like 135?
If I'm doing them overnight, about 110.
110?
Yeah.
Overnight? Yeah. Start them off higher?
Yeah. No, just literally 110 the whole time.
The whole way?
Yeah.
For like, what, 16, like 15 hours?
Oh, man, I expect them to take like 18 hours, but a lot of them have been done in like 10 or 11, and that's like a big fucking 7-8 kilo brisket.
Do you base it off temperature or feel?
Both. So, well, mainly feel, but I use temperature as the guide to start checking for that feel.
Yeah.
So anywhere around that 96 degrees Celsius internal is when I'll start checking for probe tenderness, and it only takes 1 or 2 degrees to completely change that feel and for you to be not happy to happy with it.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing what like even 1 degrees can do internally.
Yeah.
Or half an hour or whatever. So
and then you rest it for like fucking 8 hours, 6 hours?
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just give it a quick like hour rest, and especially beef ribs, they're so forgiving. You don't even need to rest them at all, to be honest. But
really?
Brisket, I'll always do like minimum an hour for brisket, but anywhere up to like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Especially in like a good insulated esky or a Cambro.
Will you put like tallow in the wrap?
Yeah, that's definitely my go-to if I do wrap. Or even if I haven't wrapped the whole cook.
Or when you rest,
I'm resting it, I'll wrap and then put some tallow.
I've seen that fucking... Where did you post that? Got Wagyu tallow now?
Drake's. Yeah.
Drake's got it.
Yeah, they've got little jars. I think it must be like a 250-gram jar or something, maybe a bit more. And $13.95, they've got them at
That's so
Drake's. I know.
handy. That's such a game changer.
Yeah, I've been looking for tallow in Australia, especially Wagyu. Like
rendering tallow is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
You do get a delicious snack after with all the fat and trim.
Especially if it's a bit smoky as well. But
do you smoke your tallow?
Yeah. I normally just chuck all the fat in a tray with whatever I'm cooking or smoking and just let it render down with it.
Yeah.
But that Wagyu tallow, Drake's, I don't think anyone else is. I think there might be a couple of other places I've seen other brands in Australia.
Seen it in the city before in the central markets, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wagyu or just normal beef tallow?
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah.
I know you can because we used to, when I was younger, my dad used to use tallow to cook his chips in at the fish and chip shop. So I know you can get it, but Wagyu tallow, it's so fucking hard to get.
Yeah. So now hopefully they can keep up with it, because I'm sure once people start hearing about it, it's gonna take off.
You get fucking anything online now.
Yeah.
I got have you seen those miracle berries?
No, what's that?
These little berries that grow in the Amazon and they dry them, or in the Amazon or Africa, and they dry them, and you place them on your tongue and they dissolve after about a minute, and then for 30 minutes anything sour you eat turns extremely sweet.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
I just got them yesterday.
Do they work?
Oh, no, I just ordered them yesterday. I'm so fucking excited. I'm so excited to try them.
Yeah, I've seen videos, people like having lemons and they're like, that's sweet, and they even do like blind tastings and they're literally drinking like straight lemon juice, and it's...
Well, apparently it's banned by the FDA.
Oh.
Because or it's not banned to try, but it's banned to put in food.
Yeah.
Like because the conspiracy allegedly is the sugar industry don't want it to be, because you can say you don't need sugar. Like you can substitute it as a sugar.
Yeah.
And it's just a fruit.
Yep. Yep.
But instead of piling something with sugar, you could pile it with like something acidic.
Yeah. Wow.
And it would give you the same result.
Imagine the shit we're going to be hearing about in another 10, 20 years.
They used to say smokes were good for you.
Yeah. Remember those early adverts?
Yeah.
Can't believe they used to be able to advertise on TV like smokes and all that sort of shit.
Dude, the guidelines on YouTube, you wouldn't really have heaps of problems with it, but fuck, I've gotten rorted on.
Yeah, you can't say fuck in the first 7 seconds.
Yeah, it's like I guess if a kid like clicks on my video by accident, I understand that, but fuck. There's some what like I watched this bloke called Demolition Ranch. He's just shooting. He's from Texas. He does a lot of like gun content. You're not allowed. It doesn't make any sense. You're not allowed to show you putting a silencer on a gun, but you're allowed to use the silencer in the video.
Yeah, wow.
So you're not allowed to attach it on, but like you're not allowed to show you loading the magazine of the gun.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to have the magazine loaded into the gun and then it's just the YouTube fucking guideline system's so confusing.
Yeah.
It's such a...
Yeah, wow.
And like the copyright strike system and shit's confusing and it's just hard.
Yeah, because you don't show clips.
Like what's fair use? I don't know. Like they don't even know what the fuck fair use is. Like I posted a video, like, because allegedly, I don't know how reaction channels make any money.
Yeah.
Because I think you can... If you alter someone's content enough, like if we watch a video now and put it up on the screen here, I can stop it and we can react to it and comment on it and then keep playing it. But you have to stop it every like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's so ambiguous. It's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering how people get around like the UFC ones, but obviously if you're a fighter, maybe you've got free rights.
Yeah, I imagine maybe Dana would. I wouldn't personally do it, but I imagine... They're allowed to. Yeah. Because Volkanovski and Izzy have their channels where they do a lot of reactions to fights and stuff.
Even Mighty Mouse does it. He's not in the UFC anymore.
Yeah, I imagine there's some, like, I don't know, you need to talk to someone from YouTube about it because it's hell weird.
Yeah, surely they'd have to have approval or something.
I'll put up a song, songs are big ones. I put up a song from this local artist from Melbourne the other day in my last podcast. And... It was like a minute snippet and we stopped and we would talk because he's good. Yeah. And the second I posted my video, I got fucking copyright claimed. Yeah, my whole video.
You probably recognised it in your upload
process.
Yeah,
it does.
What was that AI thing you were talking about? Is it Suno?
Suno.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you reckon that's what Spanion's using? Have you watched Spanion's
he does.
Video?
Yeah, he uses... Oh, I don't know if he uses Suno, but he uses an AI music creator. Yeah. I noticed that when...
That was hilarious. It was like, Spanion's in Dallas. And it's
like, very good. It's very good, like, use of it.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
You could use it. It's very good because then you got copyright-free music because it's your... Like, you could implement that on your videos.
Yeah, I've thought about... Ever since you mentioned it, I've thought about doing that.
You don't even have to say it to... You don't have to use it to make funny, stupid songs. You can just use it to make a beat to go to your video.
Yeah, that's what I was going to use it for. And I first heard about it watching your podcast.
It's worth it.
I've always wanted to put more background music in my videos, but
background music's huge for retention as well.
Yeah, but I hate going through like SoundCloud or something.
To look at copyright free.
Yeah, and then even when you upload your video, you still got to like go back, get the link, copy it in, and then wait for that to get approved. So if you're using Suno, you don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, so I think it's like $15 a month.
Yeah,
and you have literally unlimited. It's unlimited.
And there's a free. You can't download it on the free one though, can you?
I believe on the free one you have so I think how it works, you have X amount of minutes. Yeah. So like you have say 50 minutes of free use. Yeah. Which sounds like a lot, but it does go quick. But what you could do, you could just subscribe for a month.
Yeah. I'd probably just have the same one, same background music every video.
Yeah, and you could pump out like fucking 10 kind of instrumentals. Yeah. And then I was going to use it to make a new intro.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I think it's genius. That's scary though. Like
it's so have you noticed when you upload now, it's got an AI box that you can tick.
Yeah.
It's so strange to me.
I know.
It's like, is this like basically a real video of a real person, or is this an AI?
I reckon soon enough, man, like we're going to have like AI, it probably already is, like AI editors where we're just going to be able to upload footage, say I want it like this video, which would be one of your previous videos, and it'll just edit it for you.
I imagine there's something like it already, because have you used Opus?
No.
Opus?
Never heard of it.
Opus is, I'll show you right now, wait up. Opus is a video editing, not video editor, it's a clip finder.
A clip finder?
Yeah, Opus Clip. Automatic clip generator.
Yeah, wow.
That's not it. Where is it? Opus. Here it is.
When you just type something in, it'll...
No, you put your video in there and it'll make clips of it.
Ah, yeah.
But it's like very good.
So it'll obviously analyze a video first.
But it'll
some testing.
It'll analyze it for virality.
Yeah.
So it'll pick key moments that it statistically should go viral.
And we'll edit it in the way like it'll keyframe in and out and make it. Do the subtitles and
B-roll.
stuff.
It can add B-roll, so like when you're talking about a specific thing.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's scary. Good for creators though if they want to.
It's hard to do. The hardest thing about, like we were talking about it before, I was surprised that you did it all by yourself, because it seems like a fairly big operation for one person now. But
people assume that, but I shoot the videos in a way I know it's going to be edited, so it's really
so
just
you
a
streamlined it.
Yeah. It used to be like a day or two to edit, but now I can get a whole video filmed, edited, uploaded all in the same day.
See, it's just it's a different thing to a podcast, I guess. Like, it would help me so much. I've been looking for a young producer for ages.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking hard, because I've had people help me before and they've forgotten to like press record, or there's been audio issues but they didn't know there was audio issues, and I was like,
that's
fuck.
hard.
It just makes it harder. And then it's like, but if I had someone there, the biggest thing is remembering what we've talked about, because I'm so focused on all this shit.
Yeah.
I won't remember anything we've talked about after.
Yeah.
It will come back to me, but I'll have to rewatch a little bit.
Yeah. And the biggest thing that gets me ahead, especially if it's a brisket or beef rib or something really long, low and slow, once I've got that on, I know I've got like 6 hours, so I just start editing while it's already in the smoker.
Yeah.
Rather than waiting for the whole video to be done to edit.
So you almost edit 3/4 of the video.
Yeah.
And then it's just a finale, then it's just a result.
Yeah. And then it's uploaded and everything in the same day, which is a smart way to do it. But I can see why, if you need B-roll and stuff to go over, and when like the Joshua Wisemans use heaps of B-roll and
Do you use a bit
fancy...
you not heaps though.
Nah,
he fucking loves B-roll.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
B-roll it's a good gap filler.
I mean, it's good. And if you got some good music behind it, it will obviously increase your video length and maybe your watch time.
Is it 13 minutes the minimum requirement for
mid-rolls?
For mid-roll ads?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah. And even a lot of my videos, like it's hard to get over 8 minutes now, because like I trim it down I trim away any section I think I would skip through, but sometimes I get comments saying, the video's too fast, or maybe you could explain that a bit more, or if I'm trimming something. But I don't want to drag them out longer than they need to be, but it's just finding that balance, I guess.
See, I'm weird. I don't mind. So I'll sit down and watch fucking 35-minute YouTube video.
Yeah, and that's the thing I need to change my mindset on, I think. Because
there's a lot of people that
a lot
do
of people have gone really long form, where their videos used to be like 6, 8, 10 minutes, and now they're all going.
I
like 20,
appreciate
30 minutes.
videos that aren't overly edited.
Yeah,
like I like videos that are. I don't like those fast-paced style videos. I watch YouTube. I don't sit down and watch TV.
That's what a lot of people are doing, I think.
I've always sat down and I'll put YouTube on. That's what I watch.
Yeah.
Like I pay for YouTube fucking premium.
Yeah.
Like that, because I watch it that much.
Yeah.
But I will sit down and I'll watch. If I'm like being a pig one day and I just want to sit down and eat and just do fuck all.
Yeah.
I'll watch YouTube for 10 hours.
Yeah, I watch YouTube more than any other platform.
It's the best platform in the world for me. Like, and you do get stuck in that thing where you're watching fucking reels and shit, and you can it's like junk food. It's so bad for you, because you're like, for hours. It's so bad for you, and it fucks your attention span.
Yeah, if I didn't have this, I wouldn't have social media.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It's toxic as fuck.
I remember the first time I had like a proper fucking hater, or a lot of them. I posted a video of just a short on YouTube of me and Dunks from Dine with Dunks. Do you remember Dine with Dunks? It's a podcast.
Yeah.
We're talking about Eminem, about how I don't really I'm not an Eminem fan. Like, I understand why he's like one of the best. I just fucking would never put on Eminem. It's just not my flavour.
Yeah.
And I posted a short of it on YouTube, and I was like, came back to my phone 5 seconds later. No, it was like literally a minute later, and I had like 20,000 views.
Yeah.
And I was getting fucking slated in the comments.
It's probably not a fan base you want to fuck with.
Oh, it was like 60% kind of supporting me. The other 40% were fucking wishing death upon me.
Yeah,
wow. And it never happened to me before. I've never had... That was the first video that got more than like 1,000 views. And I was like, I've got to reply to these people. And I was like up all night fucking just... And my partner at the time was like, you need to not fucking... You're going crazy. I can see you're going crazy. I was just sitting in front of my phone like fucking bang.
Oh, I used to be. I think every creator's probably gone through that. But once you've done it a while, you realise that shit doesn't matter.
Now I think it's funny.
Yeah, they're just algorithm boosting comments. I see them as so.
Yeah, on TikTok I fucking have some funny ones.
Oh, TikTok's probably the worst platform for.
TikTok's shit.
Yeah,
it's
for toxic,
honestly
trolling comments.
It's a shit platform.
Yeah, I went months without posting on it.
They pick and choose who they want, and they purposely... I don't know if it happened to you. They purposely make one of your videos viral.
Yeah.
They do it... Not viral, they will purposely throw you 20,000 views.
Yeah.
On your first couple videos.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, oh, he's going to keep posting. And then you do something they don't like and they put you in a fucking jail.
Yeah. I think because I've got a YouTube link in my bio...
That's probably...
shadow banned me now.
Oh, I got mine as well.
Yeah. I reckon that's why.
They're fucking really dirty on shit like that too.
A few years ago it didn't matter, but I reckon like every platform, if you're trying to take them off...
Because I used to take the video, because I used to use TikTok. What did I used to do? They used to have they got a really good captions thing.
Yeah.
And I used to just save that video once I posted it on TikTok, and I used to put that on Instagram. But it used to have the TikTok.
Oh, the icon. Yeah.
And
the watermark.
I fucking don't think Instagram like that at all.
No, they don't. I see heaps of creators still doing it. I might take that off and your videos will probably perform better.
Shit like that does matter. I don't know how much it works with YouTube because...
Yeah, I've never...
But I know Instagram, if you've got watermark of TikTok or something, they fucking hate it.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I've seen quite a few YouTube viral shorts, and they've still got the TikTok.
Yeah, but you got to have that. Enough people got to like it, and blah blah blah. But to me, Instagram's probably the only social media I'd choose to keep because I enjoy it.
YouTube for me, but
like a short form.
Oh yeah,
short form.
Yeah,
that'll be the only one I post on soon.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean,
and there's no money in shorts.
Nah, there's not.
There's fuck all.
I don't know. I remember
in Instagram anyway.
Facebook Reels can pay all right.
Really?
Yeah.
I have heard.
I don't think there's ads on Reels for Instagram, and then TikTok's Creator Fund is non-existent in Australia. But right. Facebook Reels can go all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do get it. When I do choose to post Reels on Facebook, because I don't go on Facebook, so I don't know how. I forget how big the platform is.
Yeah, it's still massive.
Even when I type in a hashtag on Facebook, it'll have in the tens of millions of things. You know what I mean? People use it. People use it a lot.
Yeah. I remember I made one stupid video. It took me about 10 seconds to make. It was a brisket I'd sliced open. I put a syringe in there and just squirted out some beef stock from it. And it went for 32 million views, and that video alone, it was only a 6-second video.
Well, that's why. So you were pretending it was hell juicy.
Yeah, it was as obvious as it could get. It just drew so many comments and blew up for 32 million views, and that earned 3,000 Australian dollars in ad revenue off a 7-second short.
Jesus.
Or reel, whatever you want to call it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't happen all the time, but Facebook Reels can go all right.
One day, Beach Road in Christie's Beach got flooded, and I was at work. And it was just gushing down the road. And for some reason, I was like, we got a surfboard out the back. I don't know why we had a surfboard. And I fucking got my cousin to just quickly film me jumping on my surfboard and fucking finging down the street.
Yeah.
And that took me 10 seconds to film.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking video that gets almost 400,000 views.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck?
It's always the way, man. Always the way. Like, my best performing videos are the most low effort ones.
It's so
the one you'll
annoying.
spend like hours on perfecting and just goes to shit.
Yeah, it's fucking upsetting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But that's social media, I guess.
But
I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, you shouldn't just quit TikTok. You should, if you're posting it to Instagram, you should at least just post it to TikTok and then just forget about it.
yeah,
You might as well. What do you got to lose by doing that?
yeah.
And then you never know. It might go viral and you never know what can come from it. You never know who's watching every video. And
That's
what it can
the
lead
thing,
to.
because I've actually met really cool potential guests and shit from videos.
If you're posting it anyway, you might as well just keep doing it, but just put your effort and your energy into one or two platforms.
I was going to start hammering Facebook a little bit more because
Yeah.
I did see that it's a fucking huge platform.
You should be able to set it up so when you're posting on, you should be able to link your Facebook to
Oh,
your
I
Instagram.
think I have.
And then when you post on Instagram, it'll automatically post to your Facebook.
So I tick the thing that says like it'll be available on Facebook Reels, but I don't know if it actually posts to my physical page.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to double check and just make sure it's linked. So I had a massive head fuck of a time trying to link it all and get it to do it properly, but I got there in the end. But yeah, you might as well do that, and then once you post it, automatically
There
does it.
really should be there should be, because I know with my audio I can just post it to this service called Buzzsprout that I pay a monthly subscription for, and they post it to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. There should be one for fucking Reels and social media.
Yeah, there probably is. Like
That you can just post once and it just goes to every single, because I was trying to do Twitter as well and I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
I
tried
can't.
Twitter and just quit.
And I know Twitter's one of the most popular ones, but I just fucking hate the platform.
Yeah.
It's just shit. It's just cunts
Especially
yelling
these
at
days,
each other.
It's just like all fucking OF models and shit. Like it's just like anything goes on there now.
I went on there last night for the first time in eight. Do you know that streamer Sketch?
Oh yeah.
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
Have you seen what happened to that poor cunt?
No.
Oh, he got outed so hard.
Oh no.
He's good. It's not funny. It's pretty funny. He like 2 or 3 years ago did gay porn
Oh no.
on OnlyFans.
Caught back in.
I think he was like addicted to like meth or something,
Yeah.
and he was
Caught up with him.
He was doing some stuff to some African dudes,
Oh
man.
no.
He was, but like he was dressed as like a cross-dressing or whatever.
Yeah. Wow. And it's come back to bite him.
Yeah, someone fucking found the video and they made like a
Oh no.
15-minute breakdown of why it's him on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they're like, like fucking detective shit. I don't know how you
Yeah.
would fucking find it. And I was like, why are you even on that video? But he, came, poor cunt, man. He came out today and he's like,
Addressed it.
it's fucking me. Like, it's definitely me. And he's like, yeah, cunt's trying not to cry. He's like, I was in a bad spot like 2-3 years ago. I knew this was going to happen. I didn't expect to become the biggest fucking streamer in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so bad for him, but it's like, fuck, the internet's so unforgiving.
Oh, it is.
They'll find it.
Yeah.
They'll always find it.
Yeah. Oh,
But
poor bastard.
felt so bad for him. He's probably obviously struggling with like coming out and stuff as well.
Oh,
because he
definitely.
wasn't.
He's pretty
out.
young, isn't he?
He's a young kid. He's 21, 20 or 23 or something. He's
Yeah,
young,
wow.
and he's like gone from obviously being in that kind of position in life to being legitimately one of the biggest streamers
He
in
had
the
everyone
world.
doing that.
Oh,
Some
he's
brother stuff.
huge. He's earning millions of dollars a month, and it's fucking. He's obviously like. He's got some like tick issues, or he's got some sort of Tourette's issues and shit.
Yeah.
Such a nice dude, but fucking just the internet, man. They'll fucking, especially Reddit.
Oh, yeah, man.
Reddit. Do you post? Do you get it?
Man, I used to post on Reddit like all back when before Reels became a thing, and Reddit was like awesome for photos, and people would just upvote the shit out of it. And like Reddit got really good, but yeah, fuck, it's probably worse than TikTok for toxic trolling.
Oh, but on Reddit, though, fucking, that's where like
Yeah.
that's where the pits of hell are for some people.
Oh my god, I couldn't even fathom like how toxic people are.
There's some shit on Reddit that's like dark web shit. Like
Yeah.
you can get to some real fucking crazy places on Reddit.
Yeah, I posted a steak and it was like probably a medium rare, and fucking hell, some of the shit people were saying. I got told to like kill myself because I don't know how to cook a steak, and like Oh man! And then that's when I was like pretty new to it, and you'd argue with people, and then people would jump in and just the
Reddit's fucking a wild. I don't have an account, but I will go on there just to follow some threads every now and then.
Yeah.
And there's pages dedicated to just fucking ripping on people, like trying to rip on people's lives. It's wild on there.
Yeah, I haven't been on there in years, but fuck, that platform was like made for trolls and
that's what it is.
Fucking people that live in their mother's basement. Like, it is the worst of worst.
But it is a long trek for you, so I will cut it short today.
Yeah, easy, man.
But fucking one day we'll maybe do a collab.
Yeah, definitely.
Dust off the knives.
Yeah.
Get something going.
You can drive out to me next time.
I'll drive out to you.
Yeah, done.
I'll drive out to you. Yeah. Get peeps up there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Boom.
We'll make it happen.
I appreciate you, brother.
Easy, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.